a time in every man's life where one must dance with the devil. Roll that intro. Hello everybody on YouTube, it's your boy the Memphis Accelerate, welcoming you back to the 100 days of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where every day for 100 days we're dueling with a different deck every single day. Today everybody, it's day 46 as we near the halfway point of the season, and we're taking a look at some Labrynth Yubel. It's a little bit of an odd combination here. We've got the Yubel monsters trying to do reverse damage to the opponent at the same time that the Labrynth monsters are trying to annihilate our opponent with a bunch of trap effects. It's an interesting little combination, and we're gonna just go take it out and Yugioh Pro, show off the wombos, show off the combos, the what do's and the what not do's, and have ourselves a good old time with it. It's a silly little combination, but I like it. It's a nice thing. So we're gonna be going into Yugioh Pro. We'll show off what this deck can do. Big shout out to Mr. Harry Yu, who wanted us to take a look at this combination of fiendish monsters and see how it goes. So if you want the whole deck list, it'll be at the end of the video as always. But for now, let's go into Yugioh Pro. We'll show off this deck in some live duels, and we'll have ourselves a good old time. So, enough talking, let's get started. Alrighty, everybody, our first opponent, another day, another card game. So with this deck, we do prefer to go first. We can also go second, of course, because Yubel is very offensive-minded, and then the Labrynths are very defensive-minded. So we have a little bit of diversity here. With this hand, absolutely this is a going first hand. Unfortunately, my opponent's going to think this is just Labrynth, which it is not. We have the Yubels too. But we're not gonna send everything just yet. Oh, I could. I guess it doesn't matter. I mean, if he lightning storms me, I'm just gonna activate all my traps anyway. Everything but Compulse. Compulse is just my nice little tech. It works really well with the Labrynth stuff. It's non-destruction removal, all that good stuff. I don't like it when people just automatically go into that. Am I going to get hit with evenly matched? I think I am. Please, anything but the evenly matched. I'll be your best friend. Oh, well, that just sucks. It really does. It really does. Let me think. It doesn't really matter. Does it matter? Not nearly enough. Gosh darn, I hate it when they get evenly matched. That's a card to counter, like, lockdown decks and stuff. I don't got no lockdown stuff, but I'm going to go ahead and get my Ariana and destroy a card. Thanks to Welcome Home Labrynth. Actually, yes. I'm going to destroy Big Welcome Labrynth. That way I have something in the graveyard. Okay. So we'll get our Lady Labrynth of the Silver onto the board. Why the heckin' not? I mean, if I'm losing everything, I might as well keep something. Dang, that just sucks. I hate it when that happens. You know, it's just it's a matter of how Yu-Gi-Oh! Is nowadays. People don't like to see the big boards, and yeah, they're gonna put the kaijus on the boards and ruin your day. But we're not done yet. No, well, that is a big setback. It's not the end of the game. Not the end of the game, although I'm guessing these are either floodgates or omni-negates or just a lot of don't let the opponent play cards, essentially, is what this is going to be. But I have my Ariana, so at least I have something. At least I have a card that'll search me another card, which will probably get negated, but at least it's damage. You know what? Screw all these combos and wombos and things, and mother flippin' eater of millions as well. I at least can just do damage. Alright, well that is not necessarily great. Let's see. Another monster release because of a normal traps effect. Which unfortunately I do not have, but we will just go for it anyway. Let's see. And now, I could use this. Target a card your opponent controls hand. No, I think I'm good. So we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves another card. We're going to go ahead and get another Lady of the Labrynth. This will help me to get around the Eater of Millions. Not just yet, but we're getting there. We're getting there. I could go for Muckraker. Let me think. Discard a card, summon that monster cannot summon except for fiends. To affect monsters. Target a fiend in the grave, discard a card. You know what? Why not? Let's go for Muckraker of the Underworld. I just want to... This guy is just all about making it so I'm not allowed to play, essentially. So I want to do something. Let's put it that way. I just want to do something. I just want to do it. What are you doing now? All right. You're going to go for Macrocosmos. Okay. I summon Lady of the Labyrinth from mine hand. Okay. So this is one of those silly little banish everything decks. Gotcha. I still get to summon my monster, though. I still get to summon this, and I'm gonna still bounce your stupid Eater of Millions. Now, unfortunately, I don't have rank 8 Xyz or anything like that, but screw that. I don't think I'm going to be able to out this anyway, not with the hand I have right now. Eater of Millions just straight up banishes everything anyway. So, an unfortunate first duel where we're trying to just do silly things, and yeah, the Labyrinth interrupt a lot of things. Yeah, the Yubel can be annoying around times. We're not trying to be meta or nothing. It's the duelist, not the deck. That's what I keep trying to say. But unfortunately, I just don't know if I can out any of this guy's stuff. I mean, if I got another Ariana, I could get a trap, but I need a trap. Let's see. Normal trap. I just need to get like a trap card. Any normal trap will do. I can make this work. So yeah, he's just going to go for another Eater or Million. Oh, it's the same guy. Same Eater or Millions, of course. We'll make it work somehow. I really just want to... I want to get my Yubel going, but then this thing's just going to banish that too. That's the problem here. Alright. So we'll lose our Lady of the Labyrinth. A sad day indeed. Alright. Well... I hope this guy's happy with his choices. I guess he just really doesn't like people to do the game. That's the worst thing about modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Is people just don't want people don't want other people to play the game. You know? I this is coming rich from a guy playing a Labyrinth deck. Oh, hey, Compulse, that'll actually work. But it's really a matter of, like, the players, man. You gotta change the players to change the game. Alright. We'll have to do... We'll have to see where this goes. He's got the double Macrocosmos. I really wish I had Dogmatic Punishment. Would be so much better right now. Because then I could get rid of Eater of Millions for good. As it stands, I'm really just, I don't know, throwing water on a wildfire. Alright. Let's compulse this thing. That way my Lady of the Labyrinth will allow me to set another trap card for my deck. Do a little deck thinning. The duel is not over. Not by a long shot. So let's set that Dogmatic Punishment. Oh wait. Well, I can still... No, Dogmatic Punishment doesn't work! Okay, Dogmatic Punishment doesn't work, that's right. I have no graveyard. Dang, this is annoying. One of those times where I wish I actually bothered to... Well, I wish I just used my extra deck a little bit more now. I could go for something. Well, there goes Muckraker. And I could tribute a Fiend instead of losing Muckraker, but that's kind of counterproductive. Gosh! Dang it. Okay. Okay. Oh! Oh, he didn't summon... Oh. Why did he not summon the Eater? Or did he already? Oh. Well, regardless, this is either going to be make it or break or time. Let's go for whole hog, just go for battle, see where this goes. What is this face down card? Because if you don't stop this, I don't think you can stop this. I can't be targeted by stuff. Is that actually going to be game? Oh! Oh! All your little anti-meta nonsense, and he can't stop a little lady. Well, look at that. Alright, well that's not how I wanted this duel to go. Well, that's how it went. We were able to out the silly little anti-meta nonsense. Oh, goodness. So, That, you get the idea of the Labrynths at the very least. You're just trying to get the Lady of the Labyrinth, go for a bunch of trap cards, you know, bounce your opponent, activate traps from the deck over and over again. It's really nice when you don't get hit with the evenly matched. We could have done a lot more with that, but such is what it happened. So we get ourselves our win for duel number 1. Let's go for duel number 2, continue the streak, because we're 3-0 from last episode. I want to keep it up this episode. Alrighty, second opponent. Let's go and do it again. Alright, what do we have for an opening hand here? I mean, it'll work. It'll work. It's not perfect, but it'll work. Let's go ahead and enter our Nightmare Pain. We did the Labrynth stuff. It's time to do the Yubel stuff. So we're going to go ahead and pop a Dark here and get some Sara D. Lotus. We're about to get much higher with this card. We're going to summon out our Samsara de Lotus. And we're going to use his effect. We can tribute him off and summon a Yubel from the deck. And we're going to get the Spirit of Yubel. Very nice. Very nice card. Because when this is summoned, I get a spell trap that mentions Yubel. We'll go ahead and get Eternal Favorite to our hand. Because I need a target for Super Poly. And we should be able to do some good stuff with this hand. Let's go ahead. Set that. Set our very annoying D-Barrier. And I'm going to hold on to this. Just in case more of that evenly matched nonsense. So we'll end our turn there. Just in case. I have this weird feeling that we'll see another one, but I'm hoping I'm wrong. Alright, so what are we up against? I mean, I've got my setup here. I can't be destroyed by battle with the Spirit of Yubel. And my opponent will take any damage I would have taken if this battle's one way or the other. That was a big weakness of the original Yubel, is your opponent had to attack you, not the other way around. This circumvents that. What are we up against? Pot of Extravagance. Well, then this is going to be nigh useless if he doesn't care about the extra deck. D-Barrier, old card, but pretty nasty. I just call one type of, extra deck thing. Anything but links, because it's that old. And if my opponent wanted to summon like one of those from his deck, they just bloody well can't. They just bloody well can't do that, now can they? So what are we up against? Berry Magician Girl. Okay. Magician Girls indeed. It's been a while since I've seen these. Basically, if you attack them, then, what was it? They switch modes, and then they do stuff. They do stuff, like they'll have your attack, they'll summon other members of the archetype to battle you instead. Like with this Magician Girl, yeah. Opponent activates a card effect that targets this card or attacks. It changes its monster position. Summon a new one. And I'm seeing an awful lot of draw in this deck. Like a somewhat suspicious amount. My opponent's up to something. He's up to a lot of something. I'm Terra Morganite, double normal summons. What are you trying to do, my brother? What are you trying to do? I'm curious. That's a lot of back row, too. Okay, Berry Magician Girl, that's fine by me. You're gonna take the damage. That's kind of how this deck works. Alright. Now my opponent knows that we got Bite. And, yeah, D-Barrier is probably gonna be useless here. Please tell me... Yeah, I can still use this. Good. Although, now I have to worry about... Well, risk it for a biscuit. Okay. Whew. What's this do? Negate all light monsters effect activated on the field. I'm a dark monster, sir. I don't like it that you assumed. Oh. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you actually serious? What are the odds? Kluger's a light monster. Okay, so Kluger is literally just a beat stick that is ineffective now. Okay. Opponent declares an attack. This gets destroyed. Banish or in the hand deck. Okay, I can summon back my Yubel from the grave if I need to. Good to know. Good to know. Let me think here. Let's just battle and see where this goes. this doesn't negate the attack. So I'm going to attack into the Berry Magician Girl and see where this goes. It could go any number of different ways. Yep. Berry Magician will switch itself to defense and summon somebody else. And oh no. That's not good. Hacking Mirror Force. Well, there's an old school tech I haven't seen in a long time. That's not good. I mean, I stole my Super Poly, so that's something. That's something here. Can I Super Poly you with anybody? No, I may not. Can't even destroy my own monster, so I'm gonna have to find something to tribute summon at this point. I mean, this isn't the worst thing in the world. I mean, he still can't destroy Yubel. And if he flips this up, I can just pop it. So that's something. Kruger, I was really gung-ho for summoning Kruger today, but clearly that's not gonna work. But is what is. Is what is. I'm still very. It's still very funny to me that he had the one thing to out Kruger specific. What is this? Is this? Oh, Shadow. Is this anti-chaos or something? Is that what this is? Is that what this is? This is anti-chaos? First, it's no graveyard, anti-meta. Now it's casual jank counter chaos deck. What is Yu-Gi-Oh nowadays? What is it? I don't understand. Okay, now I can fuse. Do I want to fuse? I kind of do. I just kind of do. So, whoever I can fusion summon. Coming forth. Oh, yeah. Das Ewig Liebe Hocher. We're just going to fuse with everything because we might as well. We're going to summon out our big boss monster. So, we have Yubel, the Loving Defender Forever. We deal 500 burn damage for everything we use to summon this thing out. And it has the same effects as a normal Yubel. Can't be destroyed by battle, no damage, etc., etc. And I can't be destroyed though, so that just stops burn damage. Okay, that works. That'll work. And yeah, he will hit me with that again, which still unfortunate. But the good thing is that the whole damage thing, yeah, that works to it still works. That's the most important thing. This card battles a monster inflict damage. Yeah, I would have loved to have done some burn damage with you. But I don't get to do that. So let's go ahead and think about this. I'm just going to have to end my turn because this doesn't have attack points. I'm more curious as to what my opponent's trying to do here. I mean, obviously there's a lot of anti-chaos shenanigans going and probably more Quaking Mirror Forces. Quaking Mirror Force. Who plays that anymore? Mad Lads. That's who plays Quaking Mirror Force nowadays. But here's the thing. From what I remember, Magician Girls are a battle-focused archetype. And they can't exactly battle into my Loving Defender. Wow. Okay. So you're anti-chaos and you're trying to stop me from using all of my cards. Good to know that this is what Yu-Gi-Oh considers casual nowadays. I'm in the casual server, by the way. This is what's casual. Makes me wish that I was playing the meta at this rate. But yeah, my opponent's got his chocolate magician gal. Alright, she's a girl of chocolate. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to go for Exodia? Is this what this is? Or do you just really like your draw? Because all I've seen so far is a lot of drawing and a lot of negating. That's what I've seen so far. A lot of those two things. Okay? So, what is the answer? What is the answer, my friend? Because I want to attack with this, but that's probably like the worst thing I could do. Probably the worst thing in the world I could do. And this will get negated because of the mirror. Bloody mirrors. The one time I don't play. Well, I have back row removal. The problem that arises is that I don't have a spellcaster. Well, I do, but I can't summon the darn thing. I have a spellcaster that I can't summon. And the problem with that is Yeah, I would have to summon this to make it so I can play my spells. I can use Nightmare Pain, but I can't use anything else. That being the operative issue. So I'm more worried about this guy actually deadass playing Exodia in this, which, again, is possible. And I hope that's not the case, but if it is the case, I don't know. Okay, put that in defense mode. Is he smart enough to lure me into a trap? Because if he has another Quaking Meter Force, let's see, what do we have? We have a Queen. Destroy a monster you control that is Yubel or mentions Benson come from the graveyard. So many Fiend from the hand of the graveyard. I mean, that'd be good with more Fiends, but right now is not good. So, to keep the duel from just being Stallfest, I'm going to attempt this. I don't know if this will work or not, but we're going to try it. There's probably going to be a Quaking Mirror Force involved, but no, actually it is not. Yeah, this is the one that summons another monster from the wherever zone, and then I have to attack it. My attack would get halved if I had any, but that doesn't matter. Fine, takes slightly less damage. Or, what on earth are you... Oh, he's just trying to swarm out with these magician ladies. Magical ladies. So if you summon another monster, do I get... I think I get to change my attack target now, if I remember correctly. We'll find out. There she is. There's the boss monster. Yes. Now I attack the boss monster, because you'll take more damage. Let's see that Quake and Mirror Force. Or, conversely, what is this guy trying to do? I'm very confuddled. Maybe. Maybe he's trying to go for Dark Burning Attack is what this is trying to do. I think that's what this guy's trying to do. Maybe. Or it's legit just a Dark Magician Girl deck, and he doesn't really have a strategy. What are you doing? Don't you touch my stuff? Let's see. Summon this card from the hand. Okay. You're stealing my Yubel. Okay. Well, it's a good thing that two monsters with 0 attack cannot destroy each other in battle. And my opponent rages. He raged as a cage. Raged like a rat in a cage. All right. That was an interesting one. How do I describe this duel? That was a wonky one. I mean, it had anti-chaos, which just happened to perfectly counter our effects. But it didn't matter, because Yubel's battle effect, it doesn't matter if he negates the darn thing. As long as I have Nightmare Pain, then he's just going to take all the damage. It doesn't matter. So, at least it's a casual deck. It's a lot of floodgates and things, but it's a casual deck, so I'm happy at least it's a casual deck in casual Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm happy for that. So far we've seen the Labrynths do their thing. We've seen the Yubels do their thing. I'd like to do one more duel tonight and show off both of them working in tandem. It can be done, and I like to see it done. So let's go for one more and close it out strong. All right, everybody, our third and final opponent. Last chance at romance, fighting third, all that good stuff. It's been a very interesting evening with the Yu-Gi-Ohs. Normally, I get some more back and forth, but today it's been a lot of floodgates. It's been a lot of floodgates. Not normally a fan of that, but this opening hand, it's got options. It doesn't have any traps, sadly, but I can get a trap. That I can do. So let's go ahead and use our Samsara D Lotus, get our Spirit O Yubel. Let me think. Our normal trap is activated. I had to get a normal trap. That's the one issue here. So, let me think about this. Let me think about that. A Yubel or a card that mentions it. So let's go ahead and get Nightmare Pain, get that nice and set up. We'll get into the Yubel. Well, we'll get into the Yubels first. We'll get into the Labrynths next. Once I get a trap card, that's all I need. So we're going to use Nightmare Pain. We're going to go ahead and destroy... I can destroy a lot. If I destroy the OG Yubel, then... Yeah, let me show off the OG Yubel, because we haven't actually summoned the OG Yubel yet. I would like to do this. So, because Spirit got destroyed, I can summon OG Yubel, like so. OG Yubel, similar sort of deal with the OG Yubel, does the reverse damage and all that good stuff. but you need to tribute a monster in the end phase, and that's where the Lotus comes into play here. So basically what we're going to do, we're going to use some Sara D Lotus. He will return to the board, and then we will tribute it. Because we have to tribute a monster in each end phase, otherwise Yubel just destroys herself, which we want her destroyed by a card effect, but not her own, because then things will not work out. Alright, so we have ourselves an opening. It doesn't look too much, but, you know, it's got potential. I've got Super Poly in form of trap card. So if my opponent makes like a giant board of like 5 monsters, I can Super Poly into my Eternal Defender and just, you know, 2,500 burn damage plus wipe my opponent's board. Sounds pretty good to me. Sounds pretty good to me, I have to say. Especially up against that. That I'm not a fan of. Not as much. Darkworlds are a brutal archetype. They are absolutely busted, especially when combined with Dangers. Alright. Darkworld's Ascension is gone, but he can just discard a card to get it back. This could be dangerous. Luckily, Danger is my middle name. Okay, so what do we... Again, the Diamond Tiger. I've seen this thing. It's basically an engine to let him discard more cards of his own choosing. So I'm really glad that he discarded that and nothing else. One bad thing, though, is that because of his field spell, I'm actually gaining attack points, which is not what I want to have happen. Nightmare Phoenix, who are you going to pop? Gonna pop my trap card? Okay, well, if you're gonna pop my trap card, I'm just gonna activate the darn thing. Let's activate the effect. And, oh, wait, I can't do the fusion right now. For whatever reason, but it's whatever, it's fine. I'm gonna bring back the Spirit of Yubel, so I at least have another monster on the board. Yeah, it's a weird thing with this trap. Sometimes it lets you do the fusion, and sometimes it doesn't. It's really weird. I was really hoping to fuse, but we'll see where this goes. I mean, if he pops Yubel, Yubel will just summon its next form. Spirit of Yubel is just the backup at this point, so we'll see where this goes. I'm not too... Let me think. Is there anything in the extra deck I'm really worried about, technically? Not really. Rainbow, though, I'm not a fan of. Not as big a fan of a Rainbow. Because what's going to happen is he's going to get out his... No, not that guy. Was that the original Rainbow? It is. I didn't think anyone played this card. Yeah, if this card's discarded, summon this way, destroy all monsters upon controls or all their spell traps. So it's Raigeki and or Harpy's Feather Duster. But I guess he just runs it as discard fodder, but it seems like there's better options there, my dude. Alright. Okay. What's my opponent's graveyard? That's my extra deck. That's my graveyard. There it is. Okay, so we had that. He doesn't really have much of the graveyard, which is good for us. The less my opponent has in the graveyard, the better. Alright, I'm just jonesing. I mean, I've got my defenses reinforcement. Oh, right, him. Of course. That's not good. Because he'll just summon this and he'll give me the tiger, and I can't stop the tiger. Or not the tiger, but the, blah, 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 blah. He summons the dragon warrior. Yeah, so he draws 2 and discards 1, and it's my card now, meaning he gets the full effect of popping my stuff and looking at my hand to get rid of my cards. Yeah, like I said, pretty annoying in this deck. Nasty little... Oh. He could have stolen this, but he chose not to? Huh. Weird. I don't know why he didn't steal it, but I guess he just didn't want it. Weird. The only problem, well, not really a problem. Right at the moment, I do have another Nightmare Pain. And so, I mean, if he still attacks these, he's going to take the damage. That's the thing. Or at the very least, if he attacks the OG Yubel. It won't work if he attacks, you know, Spirit of Yubel. Man, I really wish I'd still had my Eternal Favorite. That would have been really, really helpful right now. But if I draw into, like, Super Poly, that works just as well. That works just as well. He's just going to start looping the gates, getting the fusion spell back. I'm more worried about this guy running out of time with the amount of stuff he's doing. All right. Spirit of Yubel is Kaputski. Regrettable. But I guess, yeah, he knows what Yubel's going to do if he pops it. He needs to do the fusion first, otherwise that's not going to go too well for him. But I might be, I don't know. It's hard to say if we've got good or not. In theory, we're still okay. But it really hinges on where this goes. Because if he has another Grapha in his hand, he can just, you know, pop Yubel, and then if he has the fusion that I'm thinking he's going to have, then he can just negate its, well, it doesn't negate, it changes my effects. Unfortunately, he did not do that. Okay. Not a bad board, not a bad board. Get Rambo back. See, now the big issue is that he's got Graph of the Dragon Overlord. If I activate a card, what is it? Let's see. Normals? Okay, it's normal spells. Remember that. It's normal spells only. Yeah, that doesn't activate, my brother. Or it does. It does activate. And he can negate the darn thing. Okay. I still don't take the damage, though, so that's kind of a redundant thing. I guess he's just gonna take the damage. Okay. I was not expecting him to take the damage. Because it take a lot of damage now. No, I actually would rather you just get rid of this thing. I don't need it. I don't need it. It's only during my end phase that I need Yubel to do things. So let's go ahead and activate Nightmarish Pain. He can't do anything about that with Grapha. Grapha only works with normal spells. And let me think here. Well, I can pop my own stuff and get stuff, right? Yeah. So, 3,500. I don't know how this is going to work, but let's Nightmare Pain, pop the Lady of the Labyrinth, get some Sara D. Lotus, because I just need something to tribute with this, and we'll attack into Grapha. Keep it nice and simple, indeed. So that's not quite game. It's pretty close, though. It's pretty close. Actually, now that I think about it, if he stops Yubel, that's, like, good for me, isn't it? Like, if I just use Yubel's effect to tribute off a monster and he stops it with Grapha, that just keeps Yubel on the board. So yeah, I'll discard his Silva. That's going to get rid of 2 of my cards. But honestly, there's nothing in my hand that I need to keep. Some Sara D. Lotus, sure. Come on back, brother. Come on back here. Made out another Appaloosa use. Why not? Alright, well, I think I'm still... It's hard to say if I'm... I think I'm dead still because he still does have Grapha. That's the problem. So if he has anything to destroy my Yubel by card effect, I just lose, essentially. Really surprised he didn't just make, like, I don't know, Nightmare Cerberus. That would have gotten rid of this easy. Hope Herbinger, the Titanic Dragon of Titanicness. Interesting indeed. I will not do anything about that. I don't know if my opponent just doesn't know what to do with Yubel or what. Okay. I guess my opponent's just a really good sport. That's all I can say. All right. But that's game right there. And it's been a very weird day. We've seen a lot, like a bit of both decks, but we never got to see them all together, but sometimes that happens. So let's go for the end screen now. We'll talk a little bit more about this deck and what's coming next. Alrighty, everybody. So Labyrinthine Yubel went 3-0. Surprisingly enough, I was not expecting it to go 3-0. But just despite all the weirdness we saw today, it managed to. You know, Yubel's a nice tight engine. You know, you get the Yubel on the board, you keep tributing your things to keep it on the board, and then you just keep reverse damaging into your opponent with this, with the Spirit, with the Fusion, whatever have you may. The Labyrinths are there with their traps to interrupt the opponent and keep summoning more of themselves out there, so, you know, you're never without a monster, you know? So, it's an interesting deck. It's, you know, we didn't get to see, like, the whole thing with, like, Labrynth plus Yubel on the board at the same time, but it can happen, and it has happened in my testing of this deck. It just didn't happen live, unfortunately. So, hey guys, it's a future editing Memphis here. Memphis forgot to do the deck profile. Here it is real quick for y'all. So, main deck-wise, we got one Elemental Hero Neos, one copy of Ultimate Nightmare Yubel, one copy of Terra Incarnate Yubel, one Neos Wiseman for flavor, totally optional on the deck. We have one copy of Yubel, two copies of Spirits of Yubel, and as for the Labyrinths, we have two copies of Lady Labrynth of the Silver Castle, one copy of Lovely Lady of the Silver Labyrinth Castle thingamajiggy. We have three copies of Arius the Labyrinth Butler, one copy of Ariane the Labyrinth Servant, three copies of Ariana the Labyrinth Servant, one each of Labyrinth Chandelier, Torby, and Cuckoo Clock. We also have one Infernal Grave Skirmer and three copies of Sarah D. Lotus. Spells-wise, we have Neos Fusion, two Super Polys, three Nightmare Pain, three Labrynth. Trap-wise, we have things like Welcome Labyrinth at 2, Dogmatic Punishment at 2, one Dimensional Barrier, three copies of Big Welcome Labyrinth, three copies of Compulsory Evacuation Device, and Eternal Favorite. As for the extra deck, we have things such as our Muckraker of the Underworld for recovery and things, Baguska in case bad things happen to us, one Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Gustav, because we do have some level 10s in the deck, because why not? We also have Double A Zeus, which should also just be Libe if you'd prefer. Chaos Angel, which we can make on occasion, because we can take any of our Darks and turn them into tuners. It's not super consistent or nothing, but it is an option. Lots of fusions. Mud Dragon, of course, is a nice target for Super Poly. Nintis is good for our Dogmatic Punishments. Garura is good for both Punishment as well as Super Poly target. We have Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. We have our Elemental Hero Kluger, because that's another thing we use for like Neos Fusion, but we can also technically Super Poly. Predaplanet Trippy, which is another super, just a lot of Super Poly targets, basically. Rounding it all off is two copies of our Yubel, the Loving Defender Forever, because it's our ultimate boss monster. So, yeah, there's the deck list, everybody. Sorry for the delay there. That is what it is. Sometimes that happens. But we got to see the two archetypes working in the same deck together, at least at a distance. So, I'm happy with how it turned out. It works. At least it very well works. So, hope you all enjoyed. If you did, smack like button. Let me know that you enjoy what we do on this channel. We're very, very close to that 800 subscriber goal, which would be amazing to hit by the end of the week or by next week, something like that. But for now, thanks for watching, everybody. Tomorrow, we're taking a look at a pure Bestial deck, which is pretty much done. I just want to play test it a little bit more. But we'll be taking a look at that next time. Until then, y'all stay safe. Y'all stay happy. Y'all have a good one. See you then.